minute. T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. Minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The views or opinions expressed during the Lavish T. Williams podcast, during the interviews or commentators, are those of the individual speaking and do not necessarily represent the views and opinions of Lavish T. Williams or the sponsors of the podcast.
Yo, what's going on? What's up, everybody out there that's watching from Facebook and YouTube, man. It is Sunday evening. It's 8 o'clock Eastern time. I want to thank everybody that's tuned in. I got a decent, great show going on tonight. It's going to be interesting. I'm always in the market of networking, meeting different people, man. And one thing that we share on this motorcycle set is the common bond of riding. So today I want to take it over to Vegas. I'm going to go over here in the Nevada area. I got a guy who I want to bring on, man. He's been making a lot of noise. I just started actually paying attention to him not too long ago. At the end of the year, man, at the end of the year. But then it does not mean that I hadn't already seen him. It's just that I zoomed in and I guess we both caught the attention of each other, man. I want to go ahead and bring in my guest for tonight's podcast, man. Y'all make some noise for my guest, my Sunday night guest, man, Gorilla Blue. Yo, what's happening, man? Gorilla. Can you hear me? Are you there?
My guest for tonight's podcast.
You got to get rid of your other music.
My Sunday night.
Let me see. I don't know if his phone is froze or not, because I'm looking dead at him. As you can see, we both looking at each other. Come on, Gorilla Blue. I know you can hear me. Let me go ahead and try to call him on the line and tell him to look up, because I think his phone is I think it's frozen. Okay, maybe he's gonna call me right back on this thing. Yeah, go ahead and hit it, man. I don't know what's going on, but I got you right here, man. Here you go, right here, man. We're gonna go ahead and bring him back up in here, man. We got Gorilla Blue, man, tuned in tonight, man. He's our guest on the show, man. Yeah. So your audio good?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear.
Okay, cool, man. Cool, man. Listen, man, I want to, thank you for taking the time out, man, to join me on the podcast tonight, man. Before we jump down into it, man, introduce yourself to the world, man, to the people that's watching the podcast that might not be familiar with you.
Well, my name is Roland.
Want to see, man. Before we started the show, his signal was actually great. But you know, when you're doing something live, there's no telling what might transpire. So y'all give me a second as we work through this or whatnot. He's
I don't know
back right
what's
there.
going on. Like I said, I live out in the mountain area, so but Gorilla Blue, Redbeard MC, aka the Highway Burglar. That's because I get out there and I ride. I ride my ride and I enjoy riding my ride. Um, I've been around the bike set ever since I was like a pretty much a baby, a kid. I was born into this by way of my mom and my dad. And I've been riding motorcycles since I was in the 6th grade. My dad taught me how to ride in the 6th grade. Every now and then I might get on his and go around a corner. Then when I was in the 9th grade, me and my homeboy bought us some little 750 Hondas. We went to LA Jordan High School and we used to just ride all the time. And if one bike was down, we'd double up on a bike. That's back in the days when people didn't trip off of two dudes on a motorcycle because nobody minds what on that crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but you know what I'm saying? I just do me. And I just love this. I am about this life. I am my father's son, firstborn. My little brother ride too, but we on two different levels when it comes to this motorcycle shit
All
stuff.
right, all right. Yeah, man. But for you to have a bike in the 9th grade, man, you was pretty cool, man.
Yeah, it was cool, but it was good and bad. You know what I'm saying? Because most of the homeboys that was out there doing their thing, they had like little buckets or nice little cars, and when it rained or it was cold, they was cool. But on that bike, it was something different.
Right. Yeah. Um, you've been riding, man. You ride in the club, rare breed. What made you want to join a motorcycle club, man?
Shit, following my daddy footsteps. Um, that's all I can say. Just following my daddy, my mom, my uncle footsteps. You know what I'm saying? My uncle Junebug, um, my uncle Moses. He's a chosen few, one of the OG chosen few. And my dad is OG Big Hodge. He was the original. And I tell people this all the time. He was original Brothers of the Sun, but then when they put Sisters of the Sons, and they put MC on the back, my dad was completely against that. So in 1977, he walked away and started the Compton Liberty Riders, the mother chapter. And ever since then, you know what I'm saying, they've been rocking. I was in the Liberty Riders. I'm not ashamed of anything I've done in life. If I had to do things over and over, maybe I would, shit, I don't know. I don't know what I would change different. I don't have no regrets on nothing
Right.
at all. You know what I'm saying? Because if it was meant to be, it was gonna be. But I was in the Liberty Riders, pretty much at birth. And when you was a kid, you walked around with a full patch on as a little boy. The little girls had the property ofs on. Nowadays, this is another subject, but these property ofs is being tossed on any and everybody just so a motherfucker can look good, and it's a disrespect to me, to the patch, the club, and the brand of it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, man. We can definitely have a whole conversation, man, just on properties, man. And it is great for you to say that because I know with you saying that, you've been around the set. You're not
Hmm.
speaking on the new age stuff where you do have clubs that didn't have properties. Male clubs where it's just all male clubs where you got women and men as members where you do still have clubs like that. But to speak on properties, you know, you gotta take it back to a certain type of club or club era when you speak on the POs, the properties, man, from different clubs and different eras because the properties themselves, they well, that's a challenge by themselves, you know.
Right. Well, I'm gonna say this right quick. and I speak on this, and I stand 10 toes down on it. I'm only speaking for the West Coast, California, actually. Um, Property of back then, and still to some people is it's an honor. You know what I'm saying? It's like property of Gorilla Blue, property of Big Hodge, my daddy, and property of was for your wife, your main chick that you lived with or that you mess with, you know what I'm saying? And your daughters or your niece that want to come hang around. And it was really meant to say, you know, look, don't touch, don't disrespect. She's spoken for, or she's with somebody. Nowadays, you can fuck on four or five, I mean, excuse my language, you can hump on four or five different girls and give them a property of, and you see property of Gorilla Blue on 10 different people. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah,
So I mean, just you know, my mom still have her vest. You know what I'm saying? Because back then the property of didn't have no patch. They were stitched on. They had blue jean jackets and they were stitched on. In the beginning of this motorcycle stuff, man, my dad and them didn't have no leather vests. They was all rocking blue jean vests because they
hmm,
couldn't. Some of them couldn't afford leather vests, and then they couldn't go to the areas where the leather vests were sold and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's multiple reasons why, but you know they was rocking a blue jean vest.
okay, yeah, no, I get it, man. I know that different areas, they rock different. I seen the properties, what you speak on. I seen where you have certain guys they got just a property, which is their main lady, their old lady, or whatever you want to call it. As well as I see guys that have six, seven, eight, properties. And you got different clubs that say, hey, as long as you can manage these women, that's cool. Cause you got some clubs that's it's about the numbers. They
And
don't
to
want to
each his
admit it.
own.
It's about the numbers.
Yeah,
Say
and
that
to each
again.
his own. I said, and to each their own. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to speak on that on behalf of my mom
Yeah.
because like I said, it's being tossed around in all kind of ways, and you got people, these new age people, like on the West Coast, you say property of, man, I ain't nobody property of, and whoop whoop, and this and like, come on, man, like, do you even know what the definition of it is? But
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I inform them, and hopefully they have a better insight on it. I try to lead people as best as I can with the knowledge that I have. Not saying that I know everything, but I know what I know. And if I don't know something, I jump on that phone and call my Uncle Junebug. I'll call my Uncle Hero. I used to call my daddy. You know, before he passed, he died on Halloween 2019. I used to call my
Oh
Uncle
wow.
Skeeter, my mom's brother. But then he died a couple of years ago. He went to go have a colonoscopy. And to all the men out there, just a health break right here. Man, please go get your colonoscopy, prostate cancer exam, and all that stuff. Don't be sitting there tomorrow. I ain't letting them do this to me and do that because they gonna need to do it to you while you're dead or alive. But anyway, my uncle went to sleep. He had other underlying conditions and he didn't come back on it. But that's where I get my knowledge from. And then you know what else, Lavish?
What's
Growing up
that?
as a kid, watching them and being up under my dad and all them and being on the back of the bike or pulling up with my mom's, I listened. And when I listened, I learned. So certain
Yeah.
things I don't have to ask because I know it, because I heard it, I seen it, I witnessed it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you got people now that you can't tell anything to
No, because they
because they
being
know it all.
misled by it, yeah, and they know it all but don't know shit.
Right.
You know, and I gotta say it like that. You know, they being misled by these dudes that you got you got dudes I went to school with that was nobodies, right? They were just straight busters, you know what I'm saying? And now, you know, like you see them in the clubs, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, you wasn't banging, you know what I'm saying? And yo, the niggas in the neighborhood where you live didn't even like you. They used to toss you up sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And now all of a sudden you're in this club and you think you the shit, you know. But me, I've been the way I am all my life, man. Um, on the real. My grandmother used to tell me, your mom's gonna get you in trouble, but my hands kept me out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because I work good with them. And I'm not saying that I'm the best in the world, but you know what I'm saying? That work ain't no joke. You know what I'm saying? But at this age and time now, you know, if you would have known me about 7, 8, about 10 years ago, you would have been like, "Damn, dude." But I'm completely different because I woke up one day and just looked in the mirror and asked myself, like, do you want to live your full potential life or do you want to get knocked off?
Man, you talking about just as recent as 10 years ago?
Yep. It probably was less than that. If you ask Punchy them, they'll be like, "No, it was just last year." So,
Now you know
but
what, man, and I want to ask you this, man. And I know that you've been around it a lot longer than probably the question, but I've talked to some people who pretty much had, you know, a fucked up life. They made a lot of bad decisions, and some of them told me, like, man, you know what, man, joining the motorcycle club really kind of, you know, changed a lot of that shit, man. And kind of helped me out. Some, not everybody, because some of it made them worse. But I've talked to people that say, man, you know what, man, being in the bike club, man, it kind of just helped, you know, even to smooth my life out, dog.
well, I'm gonna say this as far as me, and I'm gonna say this as far as me, my brother, my cousins, Moon and Benji, Lil Wayne, Lil Moon, Big Bob, all them. As far as us, following our parents' footsteps, joining the motorcycle club did help us a lot because, man, we used to be running around there as kids, like, you know what I'm saying, hollering like, "What? That's such and such," like, cuz, and catching people walking down our street because they have to go to school and they don't live on our block, but they live around the block, and we doing this and doing that to them, and you know, seeing each other go in and out the penitentiary, man, and you know, we like, man, it's the motorcycle clubs brought a lot of people together that normally wouldn't mess with each other. I'm trying not to cuss, but
Man,
normally wouldn't
we
mess
uncensored. We uncensored.
that normally would mess with each other. For example, you know, I got a homeboy up out of West Side Paru, and his neighborhood and my neighborhood be going at it. But you know, we since I've been on this motorcycle set, you know, we laugh and talk about stuff back in the days, and you know how we used to, you know, act like we wanted to fight each other when we was younger, and how as we got older, we seen our homeboys fighting when we went to the penitentiary and all that stuff, man. But this motorcycle life brought Crips and Bloods and SAs together. You know what I'm saying? And nowadays it's bringing them low key skinhead dudes together. You know, it's bringing all of us together. So this culture thing, this motorcycle culture it's a blessing and a curse. You know what I'm saying? And it's a blessing to those that want to change their life and want to fellowship with different people and learn different things and travel this beautiful country and stuff like that. But then it's a curse to them busters, man, and they all busters that get on their patches and they join these different clubs and they leave this club to that club and now they got their chest stuck out walking around. But then when they see a nigga like me, I mean a person like me that know him and I look at him, you know, that air go down in their chest because I'll call them out on it. I don't care who you are, who you rock with, or nothing, man. Because, yeah, I'm like, man, it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy, you know what I'm saying? And man, it's changed a lot because, you know, I was just telling somebody today the motorcycle culture was pretty much like a community thing, you know what I'm saying? Where
Right.
everybody come together and help one another and encourage one another and uplift one another. And now, a few years ago, and I'm guilty of it because I was one of them. You know what I'm saying? I bought my first Harley in March of '07. Well, my wife bought it for me. My wife and my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law is from Flint, Michigan. My wife from Flint, Michigan, over off of Saginaw, across the street from that park where that big school looked like a church. And
Look at
they
that. We got some Michigan ties up in here.
yeah. And I didn't even know you was from Boogie Down to jump to something else right quick. Every time I go to Flint, man, Boogie Down, they clubhouse, I go in there, man, I have a
Yeah.
ball. I go downstairs to the dungeon and
Yep,
be
yep,
down
yep, yep.
there.
Right there on
And man,
Cloud Road.
yeah, y'all was talking about Asher Boogie Down, Flint, Michigan about me, man. They gonna tell you, yeah, that's my boy. But man, just like another subject real quick, how you was telling C Rider and when you had C Rider, Black Dragon, and somebody else, and you
Tap
was talking about
time.
the program. Man, let me tell you something. You right. Y'all don't get started till probably about 12 or 1 o'clock. And I showed up to bike night. I showed up to OC bike night when I went to Detroit. I went to Blues in the Park.
Yeah.
And if you go out one of them streets, they clubhouse sit right there on the corner. And so they was welcomed me and the real property of that I seen, they was like, make sure he's straight. Man, they made sure I ate. Man, they went and got food and put it to have food on the grill like you straight. You want something to drink? Hit me up when you make it home. They just showed me love, man. And that Blues in the Park that y'all have out there in Detroit is something special, bro.
Oh
And we
man,
need that
this
on the West Coast.
man,
But
listen, man, that's one of them Sunday things, man, that we do, man. We trying to get it back. We got a little turbulence going on with the city right now, man, with the Blues in the Park. But that thing, man, been going on since before I was even able to go on my own over there on the east side, man. That's on the east side of Detroit, man. When I was in middle school, you used to hear the teachers in class talk about that because I went to school over there on the east. And yeah, man, it's a great thing, and I'm glad that you was able to take part of that and see it.
hey, man, let me tell you something. Uh, like if I got so many of them dudes, regular club and one percenters inside of my phone that gravitate to my energy and be like, man, I follow you and I like what you be saying. And they be like, but sometimes your ass just be, you be going in, your ass crazy, blah, blah, blah. And I tell them, we all do that sometimes, man. But, to just have so much love and respect from different people on a different side, you know what I'm saying, it's cool. Like I just had one from New York call me today and was talking to me about, he wanted to do a donation because he's seen me going back and forth to California to help our people out there. But anyway, back to the boogie down. So your boys out there in Flint, Michigan, they take care of your boy, man. They every time I come, I was out there for about 3 months because it was a situation with our company, and they were trying to get that contract with public service. So I was posted up out there, and
Come on, service. Don't go out on us now while you flowing, man. Come on, Gorilla Blue. Let your service kick back in.
oh man, come on, internet,
Come on, internet.
come on, internet.
Yeah, we need you, internet. Let's go, internet. Let's see, man. Let's see. Let's see if the internet's about to if it's about to pick if you about to get a good signal. Cause I can hear the
Yeah,
audio. I can hear the audio. I can't see you moving yet,
yep.
but I can see the audio. Let me go ahead and see if I can. Okay, it ain't moving yet, still, man. But we gonna go ahead and we gonna make sure that he's straight. He'll be trying back up in here, man, because I want to hear this story about Flint and the Boogie Down up in Flint. Looking out for him and giving him a good time, which I think is a great thing, man, that he can remember that and speak on it, especially seeing that it's my club, but not taking away from any other clubs that people go and visit whenever they come across the state lines and enter into Michigan. Gorilla Blue, you back? Let me go ahead and bring them back up on here. All right, there you go.
Yeah, it might be my phone, bro. Because like I said, over here in this area, it's a new developing area, and we had no phone towers over here, so it's really been horrible. So, bear with me. I apologize. That's how it is over here on this side of the earth.
Yeah, yeah. But you were saying about you had came back to Flint, talking
Yeah,
about the
Flint,
job.
Michigan. Yeah, they had us down there. We was trying to get get our contract redone and some other stuff out there. The job that I work, because I work in the sanitation department. And I was out there, man, and I stayed out there in Flint, Michigan. I stayed with my mother-in-law a couple of nights, and then the other nights I would go to the room. You know what I'm saying? Because I told my wife, your mom smoked too many cigarettes, and I can't deal with that. You know what I mean? But But that's what I was out there for. I had a
Hmm.
ball out there, and your people took good care of me, man.
No, man, that's cool, man. I want to have to next time you come out this way or I come down there, man. We definitely got to connect. I want to get to the way that we even connected. And when I say connected, sometimes you can be looking at a person and not even realizing or paying attention to them. It's not that they ain't nobody. It's just that you just never paid attention to them. And I want to say for me, it was just recently in December the challenge. I don't even know if you was as active as you are in the group before this, or I just never paid attention to the point where your stuff never popped up on my timeline. So I seen everybody, going to the, the co-star challenge, starting your bike up. I seen everybody, oh man, I don't want to get deleted out the group and everything like that. And I thought that was great. I thought that was fucking great, man. And I say that because it gave us online something to do. It gave us
Yeah,
something to do, man. It was fun. We talked trash. We went out there. We started our bikes up, man. And I thought that was just we needed that. We needed that, man.
yeah,
You had everybody in the group, a lot of people in the group, man, going out there starting their bikes up, giving their commentary while they was, before they started their bikes up. And it even lingered outside of the group because people were, posting it on their main page and everything like that, man. So I think we needed that. Now, what was that just something that you just randomly, got up on the book and said, and then it just took flight, you not even realizing that it was going to gain that kind of traction? Or were you looking to get that traction just to, bring some type of fun to the winter activities? And it's cold in the north and on the east.
yeah.
Uh,
So what happened was it was so much stuff going on, and I was active on a page, and then I stepped back a little bit. It was so much stuff with, I won't say no names, but individuals would come on here and they'll put up a post, and then you had some of those tough guys behind the cameras putting up posts, calling the women out of their name and just saying this. And then we had a war with Honda and Road King, I mean Honda and Harley and all that type of stuff. And I was just sitting back, and a lot of times people like, what happened to my posts? What happened to me? I deleted them, I blocked them. You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, you know what I'm saying? I said, if I really love something, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to walk away so that you can walk up. And so I bagged up a little bit, and I got off of my highway burglar page. I said, I'm going to focus on this Black Bike Set page. And so what I did was I launched that challenge so that people can come on here. Hey, I'm Gorilla Blue, Rare Breed MC. They call me I am the highway burglar. I'm going to participate in this Cold Star Challenge. I'm out of Las Vegas, Rare Breed. If you're ever in Rare Breed in Las Vegas, hit me up. I can give you some insight on different restaurants, blah, 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 blah. And I cranked the bike up. Much love and respect. Challenge accepted. And bro, it was so many people. I didn't really think that as many people was going to do it as they done it. And then I got a phone call. I think it was K Solo or somebody called me, and no, it was Guns. He said, I think K Solo did too. But anyway, a couple of people called me and was like, man, you got everybody cranking their bikes up. And then you had what's her name ask gonna say, okay, we know you can start the bike, post your title up. The sister with the little light-skinned sister with the short hair, I forgot her name, Goldwing, or so she probably watching right now. So then people started doing this and doing that, and then you had somebody else that wanted to take it over the top, showing all these titles, and I was inboxing them like, man, stop doing that, bro. Do
yeah,
you know
quit
your
doing
bike?
that, dog.
Somebody else now? You know what I'm saying? And they was like, well, I thought that's what you wanted. I said, no, I never said that. The homegirl said that. She put that up. And her name is Goldwing. Miss Goldwing or Gold something. It charged it to my mind and not my heart. But she did that. But man, it was so many people. Like right now today, I'm still approving posters with the Cold Start. And one dude, he had this little chisel thing that you use on the grill, look
Yeah.
like, and he was pulling ice off his bike, and he cranked it up. Boom! Now that's a Cold Start. And then you had a couple of dudes on there, a couple of OGs on there, like, yeah, I'm gonna get in this Cold Start because I don't want that dude Gorilla Blue delete me from the group. And he was like, much love to you, Gorilla Blue. I like what you're doing. And
Yeah.
he went to push his bike. Went click. He said, well, wait a minute. Click. He was like, uh-oh. And he had an Indian. You know what I'm saying? So it gave me opportunity to clown him. I just didn't put the video up, but clown him in a fun way. And we laughed about that because he was live when he did it and other people seen it. And it was another guy that done it. But bro, it was just to bring people together in unification to basically uh cyberly or social media meet and greet type
Right.
stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's
Because you saw a
exactly
lot of
what it
different
did.
bikes. We saw a lot of different bikes, some nice bikes too, and we saw these women. I saw these women with some of these bikes. It's like nice. I wish the Can-Ams and people would have participated more, but man, there's a lot of sisters out there got some fly ass bikes, and there's some sisters out there got 4, 5, and 6 bikes.
No, definitely, definitely. And they ride them. They ain't just got them.
Yeah,
They be riding.
yeah,
They
yeah.
be hitting them
They
state
do.
lines, man. They be moving. They not playing no games. They not holding them back. Shoot, they
No, not
doing
at
they
all,
doing
man.
what they supposed to do, man. They done took this hobby, man, and they done anticipated it to make it work for them, man. And they look good doing it.
And it's a good thing too because like I feel as a whole, we 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 don't give the women they do justice. On the West Coast, I only can speak on the West Coast.
Come on, fool. Come on, Gorilla Blue. We got to hear what you got to say, man. Come on, man. We
The
get to
the
that point.
the
Come on, man.
roundup. One of the girls out here was riding on her bike and she had issues and she called and we was like, okay, we're gonna roll, just like roll like this so you can make it. Man, homie, when I tell you she got on that bike and took off, and I got a 14 and I got some stuff done to it, and I'm wide open and she just going. And Fat Cap like, bro. And I'm like, you know what, bro? I ain't finna try to catch up with her. I kind of got frustrated. I'm like, damn, I can't even catch her motherfucking ass. Lavish. Dude, she was wide open, bro. She was wide open.
Oh man. Come on, man. Y'all know that y'all know we got some, difficulties with Gorilla Blue because of where he stay at. So as we watch the show, just make sure y'all bear with us, man, because he gonna come right back. He gonna come right back. So don't log off. There you go. You right there. Yeah.
Hey man, like I said, I don't know what's going on. But you know, yeah, it's anyway, long story short, some of these women, man, need to get their props.
No,
All these women
definitely.
need to get their props. Because first and foremost, they gotta deal with a lot of SHIT hanging around MEN. You know what I'm saying? And they stand 10 toes down on it. Shouts out to the women that carry themselves as a woman at all times. Because you got some of them that be out here, they try to put themselves in a man's shoes, and then when the shit hits the fan, they want to be like, I'm still a woman at the end of the day. When like one,
You gotta act
you
like
know?
one. That's a balance, man. I see it all the time. I see the women that they be women, and you got the ones that push that line. A lot.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
push it. They
yeah,
they
too much.
yeah. It's that fair balance. We see you, man, and depending on how the women carry themselves, it determines the respect that and when I say this, we should respect everybody the same way. But when you're a
Yeah,
respectable woman, you're definitely going to get a different level of respect,
Oh,
versus
okay.
when you're not carrying yourself as a respectable lady, and we see that, and we see that all the time. Um, yeah, but shout out to the ladies, man. They
So
they do their thing.
let's bust this open, man. Let's bust this open, man, and talk about some. And then you know,
Where you at? Hold on a second, man. You got the
I'm
signal.
gonna answer them uncut, um,
Hold on.
and as respectful as possible.
Hold on, go back, cause it just faded out. So we got to take it from the top. It just faded out. You froze a little bit. I'm waiting on him to come back in, cause whatever he about to say, it sound like it's gonna be good. And I want to hear it when a person says he's gonna try. That means he got some stuff to say, and I want to hear it. I want to hear it. I want to hear it, man. Go ahead and take it from the top.
Yeah. So let's start it with this. So speaking of challenge, so I got a new challenge that I came up with discussing it with my mother chapter vice president, King Double from Rare Breed. I know when people hear King, they think of Kings of the South, but we're gonna just call him Dub. Um, and it's called the.
Hold on, I gotta hear it. I gotta hear it. Um, it faded out. Y'all give him a second. He'll come right back in a minute, cause I want to hear what this challenge is. All right, here we go, man. Now go ahead, man. Tell him this challenge. It faded out right when you said the challenge.
Yeah, it's the highway burglar um fellowship state line challenge. And what it is, so I was talking to one of my partners from Sin City Disciple, because I seen the dudes riding around with a belt, but I'll get to that in a minute. So my thing is, like, the people from Washington would meet the people in Oregon at the state line. And then the people from Washington would drive across Oregon, take a group picture with them. Then everybody would go back up to Washington, take a group picture at the state sign. And you would have to go to Harley or whatever and get a little souvenir, write your name on it and your information, social media information or business you have or whatever. And it's sort of like a meet and greet. And then I want the social club girls, the property of the auxiliary or whatever, to be in their cars and stuff with refreshments, so everybody can like have a little chit chat meet and greet right there. And so then once that's done, the people from Washington go back. Now Oregon has to go ahead and meet people from California and do the same thing. Once Oregon finished, Oregon is done, and then California got to meet us at the Nevada state line. Once we finish, they go back and we meet the Arizona people. So it's gonna go through. Hopefully, I can get every state, 48 state connected that have bikers to participate. And I'm hoping through K Solo social media, yours, and whoever else, we can run into people that don't mind participating in it. I think that's a beautiful thing, man. And then one more that I have is every year for the last few years, I've been taking a group of people to do these rides that most people only dream of. And some say, oh, I ain't gonna do that, you crazy. Last year, I took a group of 17 people. We did the 48 states in 10 days. Unfortunately, only maybe 4 of us finished it in 10 days. And then before that, I took a group where we did the Four Corner True X, where you go from San Ysidro, California to Lebanon, Kansas, which is geographically the center of the United States. Then we went to Blaine, Washington, came back down to Lebanon, Kansas. Then we went to Madawaska, Maine, came back to Lebanon, Kansas. Then we went to Key West, Florida. We came up to Jacksonville, Florida, and we said, fuck, forget it. Let's do the 10 to the end. So we jumped on a 10 in Jacksonville after we talked to Sarge and went all the way to Santa Monica, California, where the 10 ran out at, and then came back home. So I just it's just been on my heart to help people, encourage people, motivate people. If you ride these bikes, let's do something. Everybody ride is different. You know what I'm saying? But we can come together and ride together in unity and just have fun and fellowship with one another. That's my goal, man, to bring a lot of people together on this bike set, and so that we can learn to communicate with one another. Because when you communicate, it brings understanding. When you bring the understanding to the light, it gives respect. Respect brings love. Love brings honor. You know what I'm saying? And so on and so on. And so that's what we have to do. So I just wanted to get that out right there. You know what I'm saying? There's so much I want to talk about, but I'm gonna
Man,
wait till you ask
no,
questions and
man,
all that.
we could definitely talk about it. But that ride that ride that you just said, man, I kind of got dizzy. That sounded like a expensive ride.
You know what, man?
That sounded
uh,
like an expensive ride, man.
yeah, it's the 48 states, the four corners, the four corner Truex. Those are expensive rides, like for real, for real. They are some expensive rides. I got to the point to where people be hitting me up. Like I had somebody hit me up and asked me to send them the map of the 48 states, and I think I emailed it to her. I hope if she didn't get it, she hit me back up, and I'm gonna go ahead and mail it to her. I think I've got her address. It was the young lady that was at the Proc. Y'all was talking about she did a donation. Her and her husband coming out here to Vegas, I believe, for a wedding. But anyway, it is an expensive trip, and it can take a toll on you and your family if you ride like I ride. But my wife, she's the world as far as understanding me, accepting me for who I am, having my back, and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I can get on that bike and go home and go somewhere and come back to an empty house. You know what I'm saying? But she don't ever question it or none of that stuff. She check up on me, making sure I'm straight and all that stuff, and I appreciate that.
No, man, that's cool, man. Listen, man, I'm out here. I'm podcasting. I post these videos, man. I'm at these events, man. And I know when I started interacting, up on the group based off of that challenge, man, you already were familiar with the name. I'm not gonna say me, but the name from the videos, man. So this is what I want to ask you, man, because you know sometimes you have to have people critique you and everything like that, man. But for me being up on here, I'm not the only podcast. I'm not the only guy that's over here talking biker stuff, man. But to you, what is it that you like to see, man? Guys like me and the others talk about versus, stuff that's irrelevant, man. That shouldn't really be talked about, man. What's some of the great things that people with platforms should be focusing on, from your perspective, man?
Well, first and foremost, we can get into this. I would like to see people speak more on first of all, respecting one another, communicating, bringing understanding about and respecting one another. And then once you get that respect, we need to try to come together. We need to come together and talk about investments, investing in different things. Like people have these clubhouses that they rent, and then the police will go talk to the landlord, you get put out the building. Well, if you buy the building, they can't put you out the building. You know what I'm saying? And even if you want to do something else with the building, you can make money, but we need to start talking about um investing in one another and supporting one another and stuff like that. And also people with the platforms that's on podcasts and stuff. What I really would like for y'all to start talking about is tell people to stop lending the ear to negative people. Stop going back to people talking about what he said and what she said. The question is, what made them comfortable enough to say it to you? And at one point in time, did you decide to tell them, hey, man, be cool? You know what I'm saying? Or at one point in time, like I did the other day, somebody was saying something and I was like, let me call you back. I'm going to send you the number. Bloop, hung up and I sent the number to him. I don't do that whole stuff and blah, 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 blah. I didn't say you did, but it seemed like you got something to talk about. So I wanted you to go call him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I'm in 2025, bro. I used to listen to stuff and entertain it, and I'm not talking bad about nobody, but we have to stop listening to people talk about other people. And just because Lavish and Bob don't get along, and I know both of them, don't mean that I'm gonna pick one of y'all sides. I'm gonna try to get y'all to work it out. You know what I'm saying? And come together as a whole. So that's what I would like to hear about. Y'all speak on more about unifying and supporting one another, man. And we've been talking about supporting one another since the beginning of time, man. But I can open up a hamburger stand and have a hamburger, a nice bomb hamburger, fries, and a soda, and go back to the 80s to where it's like $4.50 for a combo.
Yeah.
And they'll still find a reason to talk bad about me and my business while going over there patronizing one of them Nieces and them Armenian peoples and stuff, and they feeding them some meat that they ain't would never eat or something like that, but they don't want to support me. So that's what I would like to hear, more support and I would like to also say that, what I'm saying, like I said, unity, man. Like we'll get into it with each other over some stupid stuff, man. And we'll find a reason why we should continue to argue versus finding a reason why we should fill that gap and come together. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I'm with you, man. The reason I asked that is because I listen to a lot of people, man, and the more I get on live and the more I talk to different people, man, I hear the things that they say to me. And in order to continue to be great or to grow to be even greater, man, you have to listen to other people. And I want to I want to be able to listen to the people that's actually watching me and let me know, Lavish, this is where you need to be at. You need to be about right here. This is what we're engaged on this kind of stuff. I don't want to put negativity out there in the air. I want to have fun. I want to network. I want to meet people. Yeah, we talk a lot of shit and have fun and bring it where people can feel comfortable to come watch the platform, learn something, occupy their time with laughter, have a good time, and say, "Hey, man, I can't wait uh, to the next show." So that's why I brung that up, man. Because looking at um your videos and calling out the challenge, and then me jumping on there posting the video, and shouting me out on the lives and stuff. It's like, okay, well, you know I must be doing something effective
Yeah,
for
yeah.
them to be paying attention to shout me out, to notice what I'm doing, to see my work. And in order for me to keep doing it and be great, man, I just sometimes you need that feedback from somebody.
Right. And man, I didn't heard your name, and I thought it was two lavishes. Um, but I heard your name um when I went to Detroit. I heard your name just in general. And the person that's connected, I'm gonna just say that I have nothing but love and respect for her. You know what I'm saying? The person that I hear your name through, and like I used to hear Jay Boogie talk about you. Like I used to have a lot of people talk about Lavish, Lavish, Lavish. I'm like, who the fuck is Lavish? And then I thought it was this one dude. I thought it was him. And I was like, nah, that can't be the Lavish they talking about. Nah. Because the things I heard about you, I'm like, that ain't Lavish right there. Like I see this dude in a Monte Carlos, an 86 Monte Carlos, but the Lavish I've been hearing about is a Lavish pushing like a dually or something like that, or a S550 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So when I finally seen who you was, I said, okay, that's him. Okay, cool, cool. And we probably crossed paths with each other, man, out there on that road. You did do the 48 states, right?
No, I haven't been west.
No?
No.
Well, we probably crossed paths somewhere, somehow, but I used to hear your name and all that kind of stuff, bro. And, And I appreciate what you're doing and how you have people on there and letting people say what they want to say and vent. And at the end of the day, man, ain't none of us perfect. We all mess up. You know what I'm saying? We all mess up, but we got to come together at some point and really set all the BS to the side and stand on business with being righteous toward one another. Like, for
Right.
example, the last 2 or 3 weeks, I've been going back and forth to California, raising money and put my money in it and going to the victims in California with the fire thing. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah. No, I've been seeing that, and I wanted to talk about that too, man. Because California and Vegas, I'm not sure the drive time that it's taking you to get from one place to another, but you're actively there pretty often. So it can't be super far. But then if it is, what's your motivation and purpose for even going out that way, man, assisting with the people that suffered losses in the in the wildfire.
well, it's a certain song that come to my head. But before I tell you that song, I'm gonna tell you this. My grandmother, my grandfather, I learned this from them. You know what I'm saying? And it feel good to help people. Um, there was a time where I didn't have nothing, bro. It was a time I slept in my car. I'm not saying I was homeless, because I could have called somebody in the family, but I was so embarrassed that I was messing up all this money and just I wasn't on drugs. I never did drugs. I smoked weed before, over 20 some years ago, but since I've been driving, I haven't. I don't drink, none of that stuff. But I was out here chasing money, man. And then I'm out here like betting on these games and all that stuff. And it put me in a place to where I was like, damn. And then just as growing up as a kid, not having certain things and seeing people that had less than me. And I was like, damn, I'm cool. At least my grandmama bought me some skates or my mama bought me a bike. But seeing some people that don't have nothing, and then growing up as a kid, running through our neighborhood, Mona Park, and the donut truck come and you go buy you a donut, and all that stuff. Moms give me a food stamp or a dollar, or pops give me some change, or my grandparents, and yeah, we have food stamps, the paper dollar bills and the $5 ones too. I
Oh
love it.
yeah. I grew up on those.
We run, we run to the donut truck and we buy a donut. And you get your donut and you see 2 or 3 kids standing by the truck with you and they smiling, and then you get something and you walk away and they don't have nothing. So I always learn to share with them. But this is what really turned me around to say, I got to be better than people. When I was younger, we ran to the ice cream truck. This guy came out and bought his nieces and nephews some stuff. And I won't call his name out because I know the bastard. You know what I'm saying? In fact, he one of my big homeboys. He came out and bought his nieces and nephews some stuff off the ice cream truck and didn't buy us nothing. You know what I'm saying? And that broke me down like a double barrel shotgun. I cried, man. I went to my little corner. I cried a minute, and then I walked away, and I went back. And then my little friend was like, "You want some of this ice cream?" So they had a popsicle. They broke it in half, and it was two of them. And they gave me and my brother one and stuff like that. And bro, it's just a lot of stuff like that that motivated me to say, you know what I'm saying, you got to be with people in the song, be there for people in the song. Is Michael Jackson, "You're Not Alone." You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because a lot of people think they're alone, bro, but they're alone because ain't nobody showing them that you're not alone. People always say, "I'm there for you. I got your back," until it's time to be there for them and time to have their back. Didn't nobody say Gorilla Blue collect money and go out there and do this and do that. My spirit said, do what you can do to help these people. And so I would just, I woke up, man, and I told my wife, I said, I collected some money and I want to go out there and help the people because my wife know I don't believe in Red Cross, Blue Cross, none of that shit stuff. Because them people don't do nothing for us. They claim they give every 90 cents on every dollar to the people, but that's a lie. That's just like in New Orleans. What they did, they let that stuff happen when they could have avoided, stopped it, and then they bought up all that property, and then they building these high-rising buildings, and then they renting a bunch of them, and they selling a bunch of them, and they creating generational wealth to the rich people that's already rich and got the. They just wanted to me want to see the black people always at the bottom, just like that out there in Altadena and Pomona, man, Pasadena. Feel they don't do the same thing. But the question is, bro, like, what is the long term I don't know the word I'm looking for. I know it, but I don't. It's not on the top of my head. But what is the long term um what you gonna help us with for the long haul? What you gonna do for us to where we still have our property? What you gonna do for the people that don't have insurance, that homes burnt down? What you gonna do for the people that the insurance company just 3 years ago, 2 years ago, a year ago dropped people and been paying for 15, 30, 40 years on a house, and you want to drop them and their house burnt up? What
Yeah.
you gonna do for that? How you gonna help these people? But what they trying to do is they're already talking about it. These developers and all these people want to try to come out there and get these buildings because Altadena and Pasadena is a very beautiful place. They want to build these expensive high-rise buildings and rent them out to people so they can keep being rich. Because some people, some of us are so crazy, man. You got property worth $1 million, and they say, "Well, I'll give you 2 million." And the next thing you know, you go, "Oh man, I got this, I got that."
Yeah.
Lavish, let me tell you something, bro. Without going into details, I know firsthand information. I mean, firsthand that you can spend $1 million in 3 months and be broke again. So them people giving them people $2 million, bro, that ain't no money. That ain't no money. Give me $10 million. Give me some money to where I can go buy me a car and a house and still have millions in my account.
One thing
See, a
about
lot
real
of people
estate, it
talk.
ain't going, it ain't never gonna go out of business.
Nah, it's not. And see, people be talking about they a millionaire, bro. If you got some money, $1 million, and something happened and you don't have insurance on it, or something happened with the kids and you gotta take money out the bank and give it to them. Say you gotta give your kid $25,000. You take 25,000 from a million. How much money you got?
Man, you got less than, you said how much? 25,000?
Twenty-five
Yeah,
thousand.
you already at 975.
Right. So now, if you got the money in the bank drawing interest off of it, like the clear people do, they put this money in the bank and they collect every month, or they automatically have the checks coming to them when you have money in the bank. So once you take that 25, it drops you down to where now you're not getting as much money as you was getting to continue to be a millionaire, because you didn't took a chunk out of there and then it dropped a bunch on that interest. So versus you having $1 million in the bank and you getting $1,500 a month, now you got 75,000. I mean, 750,000 in the bank. Did I say that right? 700. Yeah,
Yeah.
750,000 in the bank. Now you only getting like $700 a month in interest. So you're not a millionaire no more. You just living kind of, you got money to live kind of good, but if you spend it the wrong way, you broke. So my point in saying all that to say is, I hope that our people don't be so greedy to where they take this money and sell their souls to these people to where they continue to be up under the rock, man. We got to start standing on top of the rock. We got to work our way to the top of the mountain. You know what I'm saying? Don't sell your property.
What's the demographic out there where the fires we're at?
Well, in I stand corrected if I'm wrong. In Altadena, is the areas where the fire was at. It was pretty much like universe. It was a mix, like blacks, Mexicans, whites, and whoever else was out there. But majority is blacks.
Okay.
The same as in Pasadena in the area. Now, when you start talking about Palos Verdes, I think that's Palos Verdes, then it's probably about 2 or 3 black people that had to run out the house. The rest of them is clear folks and Asians and all them people. Because that's like, bro, that's like, you know those mansions on lifestyle, the rich and the famous,
That's too rich for
how they
my blood.
how they show in deep New York and in California, these mansions that's like 30, 40, 50,000 square feet homes. That's what kind of stuff is up there in Palos Verdes. So it ain't hurting them.
Okay.
They got houses in other states. Some of them came out here to Vegas. You just seen RVs pulling cars and stuff like that. They like, okay, we're gonna stay in this home until we get this one rebuilt.
So they
Or they go,
that's upper class. That's very upper class over there.
yeah, your house burned up. You gotta come ask me, can you sleep on my couch? And when I kind of already got it in my head, man, that's the wrong way to be. It's the wrong way to be, bro.
Yeah. So
Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. So how often are you out there, man? And what if somebody that's listening wanted to help out? Like how can they be a part of assisting?
Glad you said. I'm glad you said that. First of all, I want to shout out everybody um, in the Black Bike Set page that's been donating, and the people that's on my regular page that's been donating. A special shout out to Cynthia Franklin and Samato James, Etta James, the singer, the great singer, late Etta James' son, which is my cousin. They sent me gas money. I didn't expect it and I didn't ask for it. You know, they was like, we got you. And I'm thinking I'm gonna get a couple of dollars, but they sent me some change. You know what I'm saying? And they was like, man, you always doing this for people, blah, blah, blah. This is for you. I'm like, cool. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. But and then a big shouts out to King uh like I said, man, you gotta charge it to my mind and not my heart. King Rip, from Kings of the South. He hit me up and he said, hey Blue, he said, what can I do, bro? I see you doing this and doing that. And I said, well, I'm just raising money. People trust me with it. And I go out there and I buy stuff. I go live and I show them what I buy and I show them that I'm giving it to the people and I show the receipt. I show what was deposited in the account. So he was talking about, he said, yeah, my club, we was watching you and we see what you're doing and we appreciate that and whoop, this and that. And he said, man, he called me today and he said, man, we're going to give you $1,000 to go out there and help the people. And he said, we're going to send you some gas money, for doing what you do, man. And I just want to say shouts out to the Kings of the South. And then his wife is a Queens of the South. And he said that they want to do something too, so they're gonna send me some change, like at least 1,000, and then I'm going back out there either Friday or Saturday to go continue to do what I'm doing. But like I told him, this time I'm gonna connect with some people on the bike set. I would like to go to the bike set community where those people were affected at too. But if not, I'm gonna still go to the same place because I seen a flyer with Chosen Few and a bunch of other people out there in Pasadena, Altadena area with a flyer, and they was had the address of 236 West Mountain Street, the place that I've been dropping the stuff off to. So if anybody would like to donate, you can send a Zelle. You can send a Zelle to the phone number of 702-205-2382. You can send a Zelle to 702-205-2382. And then if you want a cash app, you can send a cash app to my sister Treasure cash app, who's been very active in helping me with this as far as, receiving money. And I know I'm not looking at the camera. I'm trying to get her cash out, but you can send money to her cash app and she will make sure I get it, because every time she would get a donation, she would screenshot it and send it to me. And her cash app is $LESLEY 02 344. That's $LESLEY 02344. If you would like to send a cash app, um, it is much appreciated, and those people really would like it. And I kind of was like feeling some type of way when I went down there this way, because the first place that I went to is the second place that I went to, and they was like, they saw these big bags and they not knowing there was new clothes in them, and I don't think they knew, and they was like, well, we don't accept clothes no more, and but Evelyn Lozada from Housewives, she was like, "You don't accept clothes no more," and they was like, "No." And then I heard a lady say, "We don't want no used clothes no more," or something she said. But I understand that. Don't whisper it. Tell me and be honest with me that, hey, people been bringing dirty clothes and blah blah blah. I understand. I could have opened that bag up and you would have saw it was new clothes. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Because my cousin, he got it going on. He sent new shoes. Them what's them shoes that with the clear bottom on them, the Nike shoes with the clear bottoms,
Some
and they
Air
really
Max, Vapor Max,
shot shots. I
socks.
think they
Okay.
shot. But he has sent those. He sent all kind of stuff, boxes and stuff. So they took all of that, but they didn't take the clothes. But I went around the corner and gave the clothes to the other people. So if anybody want to help, man, please send a donation to 702-205-2382. That's a Zelle right there. And if you want to send a cash app, send the cash app to $LESLEY 02344, and the name is Leslie Adams. That's up under the Cash App. And so I'm going back out there this weekend once the Kings of the South and the Queens of the South let me know, hey, the money is in the account. I'm gonna drive out there, and it's about 3.5 hours. But on the way back last week, it was multiple accidents, and it took us like 6 hours and 15 minutes to get home. And yeah, I was tired, man. I was tired.
Gosh, it sound like it on top of your regular job. Now you had asked me earlier in the show if we crossed paths during the 48. We did not, but Ja just chimed in and said that you were her 48 states passing partner.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
she just chimed in in the
Yes.
comments, man. You got William Ripley. He just said Kings of the South, Richmond appreciate you.
I appreciate you guys for appreciating me. You know, it feel good to receive them phone calls and um those text messages and stuff like that, and those inboxes of people saying, "Hey, Blue, that's some good stuff you doing," and stuff like that. But when I tell you this, Lavish, I promise you, bro, on everything I love, I wasn't doing it, and I'm not doing it for people to say, "Good job, Gorilla Blue." I'm doing it because that's just me. And any and everybody that's been following me, like even Jaja been following me for a long time. She'll tell you, I've been doing this. I started the Ice Bucket Challenge by way of Cynthia Chaney in Fresno. The Ice Bucket Challenge started here in Vegas in front of the Soul Brothers Clubhouse to raise money for all boys homes, abusive boy homes, abusive girl homes, single mothers, and all that stuff. I started that, and it just went worldwide, and people thinking that the celebrities started it. No. And then when they got a hold to it, they took it and ran away with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one who started people to taking water to Flint, Michigan on the bike set when I did a call out. I drove a 27-foot U-Haul truck with Day 2 from the Rising Suns Motorcycle Club in LA. We collected all this water on the West Coast, sanitary napkins, baby wipes, and all that stuff, and took it to Flint, Michigan. You know what I'm saying? And passed it out, man. And all that money came out of
Dude,
my pocket as far
you
as gas
you
and stuff.
you finally put the raccoon hat on, man.
Oh
You
yeah,
finally
yeah, this
put
is
the
my killer
raccoon
right
hat
here, man.
on.
This thing got more miles than half these motorcycle clubs out here. Hey, and
Man,
it's real. It's
oh
real and it's
man.
authentic.
That boy got the coon on his head. Man, we got
Yeah,
we gonna talk some miles, man. We gonna talk some miles, man, real quick before we
let's
jump
do
off
it.
on here, man. But I definitely had to laugh at the hat, man, because you was indecisive in the beginning of putting it on, because you had to rep the
Yeah,
Compton.
my
You
head
see,
is cold, man. And I turned the heater off in the house. You know, we have upstairs, downstairs, and sometimes it get too hot, and you know how women they go through menopause. I think I'm going through womenopause because I get hot every now and then. And sometimes I get cold.
oh man, no, I could dig it, man. It sound like, listen, man. It's been a pleasure to meet you, man. It sound like you've been doing great things, man. It's
Thank
it's
you.
it's like, you can take this internet, man, social media, you can take it and use it for the good just as well as the bad, man. I'm using
Yeah,
it as the good, man, to network, man, with people, man, such as yourself, kick it and
thank
converse, man. Um, Especially seeing that we all bikers, man, and we do the same stuff, man. We ride. We
you. Yeah,
like to get out here, man.
yeah.
That's our hobby. That's our passion, man. And to
Right.
know that, hey,
Well,
anytime.
let me correct you. Stop, pump your brakes,
All right, go
back
ahead.
up, reverse.
Go ahead, pump them.
It's not it's not my pastime or hobby. It's my lifestyle.
That's your lifestyle.
My lifestyle. I'm gonna tell you what my lifestyle consists of:
All right, I'm listening.
home, work, and motorcycling. So you can divide that up into 100, and whatever it come out to, that's what it is.
That's what it is, huh? You got, one
You
third of
say
your life
home
is that biking.
25. Yeah, you can say home 25, work 25, riding, motorcycling, biker, shit, stuff, 50%. Or you can say 50% home, 25 work, 25 ride. However you want to put it, that's what it is. And that's why I'm so passionate about stuff. Punching them have to Punchy be hitting me up like, calm down, Blue, this and that, because I'm passionate about it, bro. And when I see people out here disrespecting the culture and just representing it wrong, bro, it does something to me, bro. That's why I'm so glad we have some youngsters out here in Vegas, bro. And shouts out to the youngsters out here in Vegas. Bro, I have about 10 or 15 youngsters out here in Vegas that call me and check up on me and ask me stuff about bike stuff and tell me thank you for teaching me this. I have some youngsters in a club out here called Certified Gorillas. I took them dudes around this whole country, and they see me, they shake my hand, they hug me, they say thank you. I try to teach them the things that I know, especially when I see them out of pocket and doing something. I'll be like, bro, you're not supposed to do that. Well, such as, bro, that's not right, bro. They steering you in the wrong way, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you the truth. Blue, appreciate you, man. I be watching you and I appreciate it. Young brother bike messed up. Man, if I got parts, man, I give it to him. I don't sell it to him. All I want you to do is when I give you these parts, when you bike get together, take a ride with me. Take a ride with me and we straight. So you know what I'm saying? That's what that is. That's why it's my lifestyle. Ain't no extras, curriculum, nothing. Ain't no hobby. My hobby is watching a football game. This bike stuff. Man, my daddy heard me. Man, my daddy probably looking down on me right now, like, tell him, son. You know what I'm saying? And my Uncle Hero probably on here saying, "You goddamn right." You
No, I get it, man. It's just wonderful, man, that we can meet so many different people, man, out here, man. And when you go to these events, man, you done met a friend, man. When you in these groups, man, you done seen somebody, man, that you feel that you can rock with, man, and you can't wait to cross paths with, man. And
Yep.
I seeing that you got Michigan Tides up in Flint, man. The next time you come to Michigan, man. Now instead of coming to Michigan dealing with the regular people that you deal with, you can add, one more person to the list of people that you deal with.
Yeah.
Me. So it's good to network, man. And I like to use the platforms, for that, man, and meet some wonderful people, man, because it's a lot of us bikers out here on the set, man. We some real great people, man, that's doing some
Yeah.
wonderful things out here, man. Doing some real wonderful things out here.
Right, right. And shouts out to everybody, man, that's been trying their best, not trying their best. Everybody that's been positive on the Black Bike Set page, on the platform, putting out positive energy. Thank you to, I ain't even a part of it, but thank you to all the people that's, saying they gonna go to the roundup. Well, Rare Breed is one of the hosting clubs in the roundup out there. Thank you to the people that's saying they going to the prop. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to the prop, and I'm not gonna miss that. And we gotta support one another stuff, and just have fun doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because one day chickens, next day feathers. One thing for sure and two for certain. We all gonna die. That's one thing for sure. And two for certain, we all have an expiration date, but we don't know when, where, how, anything like that's gonna take place. We just know it's gonna take place.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna be doing when your time come? Are you gonna be having fun, or are you gonna be sending a messed up post to a text to somebody?
Right. Right.
I want
Right.
to be having fun. I want to be out there in Detroit. I want to enjoy my life and die of old age when I get like 175. And then soon as I lay down and close my eyes, then take me. But don't take me no other way.
Don't take you no other way, man. I feel take me out there and had a great day, man. A great night. I lived a
Yeah,
long life and I'm resting peacefully, man.
man, take me out. Because see, when I get 175, my shit's still gonna be working. So, my wife gonna be the same age. So once I go on and knock her off with a good one, 2, 3 pumps in a whip, you can go on and take me out. Take both of us. Take both of us. Soon as we get to our climax, go on and
Yeah,
taboo.
go ahead. No, man, I dig it, man. Listen, man. We'll go ahead, man. We've been chatting this thing up, man. We'll go ahead, man, and go ahead, man, and slowly wrap this up, man. But I
Gotta get
definitely,
them
man.
power talking.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate this conversation, man. We definitely gonna have to do this again, man. Cause hey man, we've been
Yeah.
going, man. We ain't even get to talk about the bike set, man. Up
Let's go, man. Let's go. They on
Okay,
here.
come
They
on,
ain't
man.
going
They
nowhere.
on here. We ain't got nothing to do, man. So the bike set down in Vegas, man, or outside of Vegas, or should I say Vegas or Metro Vegas? Like what? How should I
You
name
can
the area you in?
call it Las Vegas. Las Vegas.
Okay, Vegas. So you got the Las Vegas bike set, man. I see the Cali bike set all the time on social
Right.
media. What is the Vegas bike set like?
The Vegas bike set is just like California West Coast bike set. When you see it on Wolfpack them, when they going live or punching them going live, it's just like that. It's just a way smaller version of it.
All right.
You have guys out here that race and talk crap. You have dudes that have motorcycle lowriders. We have our diamond wearers. We have the people that don't wear diamond. I don't recognize myself as no number. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just say you have those that wear the jury on, and you have the other ones that don't, like such as us. And we all try to get along. We function with one another, like Fontaine them said. We get out here and we function with one another and stuff like that. If ever anybody get too big to where they want to look down on the next man, just start hanging with your own kind, and everything will be all right. That's how it was back in the days. Everybody stuck with their own kind. You know what I'm saying? But out here on the West Coast, it's pretty cool. It's pretty neutral. But back in Vegas, it's pretty good. We get more and more people into their bikes and stuff like that. I was finna go somewhere else, but I had to do a U-turn. Um, we 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 out here riding our bikes, you know what I'm saying, and having fun and shooting the shit. And last night we had a beautiful time at Sin, not Sin City, but Sin, Self-Inflicted Nuts. That's one of the local clubs. They wear the gray vest. They had their annual. I know they're on the East Coast, and they call it anniversary. They had their annual. We was out there partying, food trucks and all that type of stuff.
Oh, I
Get
seen
into
the
the house.
video. I seen the
Yeah,
live. I was
yeah.
looking.
Hey, my boy hit me up, man, and he was like, "Man, it didn't show nobody name or nothing like that, but you had people on there saying where I was at, like, oh, that looked like such and such, whoop, whoop." And so my partner hit me up today while I was watching the game, and he was like, "Hey, Blue man, whoop de whoop whoop." I said, "All right, bro, I'm taking it down." You know what I'm saying? Because we fuck with Sin City Disciple, man, out here in Vegas. Out here in Vegas, we mess with him. It's the President Smiles. He's a young cat that moved out here and took over after his pops tap out, who was one of the big dogs out here. And we mess with them. You know what I'm saying? We mess with Outkast. We mess with Chosen Few. Like, we all have fun out here. We one family, bro. We imperfectly perfect for one another.
Right.
And when I say imperfectly perfect, bro, we can point the fingers at each other, but at the end of the day, ain't none of us no better than the next man. But together we can be real good. But the Vegas bike set is growing. We be doing a lot of stuff. We get more and more people riding their bike, and me introducing people to, like, hey, let's go here, let's go do there. Out in the ordinary. It's really cool. You're gonna have to come down here and function on the Vegas bike set one time, man, so you can see how it is. It's pretty cool out here. You got a couple of powerful people on this bike set out here, like the dude Marcus Allen from One Love Motorcycle Club. He's the founder of One Love. He's the first black barber out here to have a barber school out here in Vegas. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
This dude can be doing other stuff, but he'll pull up at bike night in one of his motorcycles, one of his old schools, his Rolls Royce, and he'd get out and shoot. He's a cool brother, you know what I'm saying? And we all hang with each other out here, man, and we try to keep everything in Vegas. We try to keep everything cool to where we functioning with each other, but bro, it's just like any other family. You have the knuckleheads in every family, bro. You know what I'm saying? You have knuckleheads in every family. You have some of the women that want to act like men in every family, the bulldaggers or the studs, whatever they want to call themselves. You know what I'm saying? So, you have that in every family. Then you have some of these old soft ass dudes, you know what I'm saying, that you have to talk to every now and then, and broke wrist syndrome, you know what I'm saying? So, but we just like everybody else, bro. You know what I'm saying? We like to have fun, ride our bike. We like to eat. The people that like to drink, they like to get sideways. Last night they were shooting
like
the
that.
shit at the Soul Brothers called Clubhouse, talking about racing. My club brother, I was trying to have his back. So I said, we're gonna bring Prayer's bike out and we're gonna get Guilty bike. No, I got him, man. He been full of that shit. I got him. So now he got Undisputed, Certified Gorillas. And then a Soul Brother was on the microphone. Y'all ain't talking about whoop de whoop, and y'all ain't gonna do this and whoop de whoop. I'm like, nigga, you got the whole bike set against you, and you don't want us to be on your team. He like, I'm gonna take all of them down.
It
Man,
sound like a good time. Sound like a
Hey,
good time.
yeah,
Hey,
we had a ball last night.
why they make you take why they make you take the video down, man?
Well, because that's their house, and I have to respect how they.
Okay. Oh, that wasn't at a club. Like that was
No,
inside the bike club.
the spot.
Okay,
spot.
got you.
Yeah,
Okay, I got you.
yeah. Because certain people in our motorcycle culture, from the East Coast to the West Coast, have
They got their thing. Some people don't want cameras
yeah,
inside the club.
they got their
Yeah.
thing. And, when your name is ringing a bell here, like they said, people can see this and see that and try to do this and try to do that. And you know what I'm saying? He my nigga, he from Compton too. When he grew up in Compton, he a red rag, he a Paru, you know what I'm saying? And I grew up on the blue side in Compton. So we pretty much talk, and we cool. And like I said, we have a relationship with these dudes out here. So it ain't like how other people have it out there on the other side of the universe. It ain't nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody out here on the West Coast is from somebody's neighborhood. It's a different type of funk, bro. You know what I'm saying? And they run things different on that side, and we run things different on this side. Gang bangers run the streets out here. And like I said, even though I don't walk around with my hat on, because every hat is a hood and my colors and all that type of stuff, meaning rags and stuff. We all from somebody's neighborhood, and if any of my homies see me getting into it, and they just hanging out on the bike set, Red Breed ain't got to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's on a whole nother level.
Oh,
You know what I'm
hey,
saying?
Hey, listen, I don't know the politics out there like that, but I do know enough that, and this is on the lowrider side of stuff, man. You know, coming from Detroit, man, I just know that I didn't have no problems when I was riding through Compton. They
Yeah, you
told
know,
they
it
told me
ain't
where to ride, and they let it be known, man, my guy from Detroit here, and I was blued up, man. I was blued up, but because I wear blue, and I remember another time I was down there, man. The guy, he said something like, "Oh yeah. You affiliated?" I said, "I'm affiliated. What do you mean?" So I don't know what's going on, and they was like, "Yeah, well, you know the
yeah.
guys that you roll with, they all on the blue side. So that makes you on the blue side." I say, "Man,
Yup.
I'm just here, man." But they
Hey,
put it there. Yeah.
you
And
can
when I'm
you can say you just here, but I'm gonna tell you how it was, you know, growing up. Okay, the my father and my uncles grew up from my neighborhood. My uncle Junebug, my uncle Skeet, all them is, they OGs from my neighborhood. But they in the motorcycle life. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? And so it's like when they get when a person on West Coast get mad, like I'm gonna tell you how you know. And then I'm gonna speak on what you were saying. So if you hear a person arguing or whatever, and he be like, "Nigga, what you say, cuz?" Then you gotta, he'd be like, "What you say, blood?" Then if you don't know, you gotta bag up and get out the way. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? If you can't stop them or get them to calm down, you might as well get out the way. Because once a person starts saying "cuz" or "blood," or the Mexicans get to holler in their neighborhood, Compton, Barrio Largo, think they say it's the Miles Puto and all that stuff. Hey, it's time to duck. Get out the way because it's gonna go down. And I ain't talking about in nobody DM. I'm talking about it's gonna go down. So when you say dude them said you riding with the dudes with the blue, that make you affiliated, bro. Tell the truth, shame the devil. That's the truth. Because if when I was growing up, if we pulled up on some red rags, right? And
Yeah.
this is just talking. And you seen them and they getting into it. And you say, man, hey man, I'm from Detroit. I ain't with this. Whoop de whoop whoop. They might go and take off on you first. You know what I'm saying? Because you should have kept your mouth closed. Now you acting like a buster, like, man, I'm not from here, leave me alone. So you stand 10 toes down and move when your folks move. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, listen, when I first found out about it, because I had to ask, because I will ask, because I didn't listen. I'm low ride, man. I'm there for low rider stuff.
And
That's it.
everybody that's in the lowrider scene in California and even out here in Vegas is 9 times out of 10 they from somebody's
They
neighborhood.
from somebody's neighborhood, and that's right. I don't know that. I'm an out of towner. So I'm like, I had to ask the guy, I'm like, hey man, this dude told me that I was this. And he was like, oh yeah, they probably saying that because the club, like 90% of us, we from the blue side. And then we got a few of us, they from the red side, but we all cool, it's the politics, but it ain't no problem. And
Yeah,
me, I'm like a square. I'm like a square out there, man. The first time I'm sitting there, and the dude from the red side, he said Damu something, and I'm sitting over there, heart beating, because I'm like, oh man, dog, y'all
and
know
see
that.
you see your language, your language should get you tossed up, make you have to squabble up. Like you was like dog, like you don't you don't call no crip nigga dog. You know what I'm saying? And and that's it's just certain words that you don't say.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about before. People ain't really on that no more.
I don't know,
And I
man. The
thank
last
God
time I
that
was there, I had a guy because I don't know I was going in the gas station, man. I was in AV, and I was riding.
ain't
I
no
was
problem.
yeah,
Man,
and
that's the worst part, bro. Let me tell you something about that real
I
quick.
didn't know I was in the worst part.
Yeah. That's the worst part about that is all them dudes that's from Lancaster,
Yeah,
Palmdale, and all that stuff, the people that a lot of the neighborhoods like the Jordandown, the Grape Street projects,
they
stuff
moved
in
out there, right?
Compton, yeah, stuff in Compton, the Perus, Bloods, and the Mexicans. So they would redo these buildings and stuff out here, these apartments, and they'll bob these blocks and stuff, and they'll be like, "Hey, you got a voucher, you can move out here." And everybody was so happy to go out there. And then when everything settled down, all you did was move everybody from Compton to Palmdale and did this there, and you still got the same situation.
Yeah, cause I walked in. I was in my boy. I was in this Impala. I was driving. He was in this Cadillac. I was in the Impala, pumping gas, and one of the dudes had said something. It wasn't nothing offensive, but I guess my body language was kind of like I was on Detroit time, and the guy that I was with, man, in the Cadillac, he on the red team, and he like, hey. So when guys say something like that, he was actually, giving you your props. You got, your body language was pretty much like, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
go and get the fuck away from here. So you got to, it's a certain way you got to move. And I'm like, man, it's a lot of shit, a lot of homework that you got to do out here, man. God,
yeah,
dog.
yeah, yeah, man. Just like every damn near every baseball cap, college baseball cap, damn near every cap is somebody's neighborhood. Damn near every color is somebody's neighborhood.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I seen that, man. I see, I didn't have no problems because I was floating around by myself some of the time. And then other times, like when I had went over to the Slauson swap meet, I think I was
Oh
at the
man,
Hoovers. Was that the Hoovers hood?
nah, that's them the O's over there. You know, you
Okay.
you 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 got them Dinker dudes over there. Man, you got everybody over there. That's the 60s, you got the 30s, the 40s that come through there. You know, you got the 5 5s and all them people up and down that street, man. So it's damn near every corner is a different neighborhood, bro. From LA to Compton.
Man, I I'm like, man, listen, man, I'm just gonna stick to what I know, man. I want to stick to my lowrider friends, and wherever they tell us to move or where to move, I'm good. They like, listen, man, check this out. As long as you don't go deep into the neighborhood, you fine. But I was over there messing with the essays over there from the South Side, South Side Car Club. I don't know if you up on the
Yeah,
club. They got
I heard of it, but when you say Southside Car Club,
they got a
you
lot
know,
of the
you got
57s and 55s, most of them
yeah,
convertibles,
yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That most likely is probably some of those like those some of them OG like 38 streets, 18 streets, and stuff like that. You know, when you're talking about LA, because when you say South Side, that's what they are, South Siders. You know what I'm saying? So that go through the whole Southern California.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that go through the whole Southern California. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that is. But yeah, man, your language and the stuff that you wear, and that's why I'm so glad I'm out here, man. Because like I can literally have my garage open and fall asleep in my garage. My neighbor come over here, wake me up, shut the garage, or if I leave the garage open, I get a text message, "Hey, your garage open, roll and close it." Or I can leave to work and it didn't close. They'll be like, "Your garage didn't close." They'll come in and close it and hop over the sensor and stuff like that, man. So yeah, but it's cool. But you know, like I said, everybody out here is cool in Vegas. You know, you have so many different personalities in so small of a place, and you have to learn one another, man. And once you learn one another, you know it is what it is. You know, I had my issues when I first moved out here, but hey, it is what it is. I was, you know, and what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? I am who I am. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't bow down to nobody, and I still don't. You know what I'm saying? But I respect them, and you gonna respect me. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about it.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't underestimate you. Don't underestimate me. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it is what it is. But I know a lot of these people out here, man. Since I've been out here, and a lot of people gravitate to my energy because I'm like about having fun and stuff like that. But when I get on that other side, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? And we too old for that stuff. Even if you're 20, 30 years old, you too old for it. You gotta have fun, man, because I can look back over something and I can see what my parents and uncles and stuff were saying to me. I understand what they were saying now. Like, boy, you better live to get old. Like, dude, don't be walking around here like you tough and all that kind of stuff. Just enjoy your life, because I had a low rider, I had a 72 glass house. I had a 88 Cutlass and an 83 Regal, and now I finally got one of my dream cars. I got a Rag 62 clean. I ain't cutting. Well,
Oh
I said I
yeah.
ain't gonna. I might cut it, and I just sold my K5. I had like 3 K5s and sold all of them. You know what I'm saying? So the Buffalo Bills beat the Baltimore Ravens by 2, and so I just try to enjoy it now, bro. I just love getting on that bike and hitting that highway. And when I'm out there, to be honest with you, Lavish, I don't be sitting here saying I'm getting this many miles. I just ride. And then when the miles subject come up, I'm like, oh, I got this many. You know what I'm saying? Like my club asked us to give a report of your miles at the beginning and the ending of the year. And then I just happen to get the most miles and stuff like that. So let's get into miles because I saw something very interesting on Facebook.
All right, man. What you see on Facebook, man, that caught your attention, man?
I saw Juice talking shit on your video or somebody video. Now, Juice, my boy, don't get me wrong. That's my partner, man.
All right.
That's my partner. They treated me royalty when I came out there and went to their stuff. You know what I'm saying? When I took that water to Flint, Michigan, we went out there. One of their partners had passed away, man, and stuff like that. But did he get a trophy for riding 1,000,000 miles?
They club 1.1, 1.2
What's
million miles.
1.1? That's
A million
oh,
plus. Yeah.
you
A million.
talk about Next Level as a whole,
Yeah,
or
next
just
level
that
as
chapter?
no, as a whole.
So
The organization
respectfully
as a whole.
speaking, okay, so respectfully speaking, next year at the Proc, I expect to see somebody and say, hey, Gorilla Blue, I want to give you this, the 10 million mile mark. Because as a whole, Rare Breed, man, we smashed that. We'll smash that in 1 year.
That's what they did it
With
in
just
1
a
year.
few, huh?
They did that. That's what they did in 1 year.
Nice.
Yeah, that was
Okay, so
that was a 1 year thing.
that's nice, man. That's nice. And it just made me think about our club. You know what I'm saying? We fuck with Next Level, but Juice, y'all need to slide that over here to Rare Breed, bro. That needs to be on our account. Hey, Juice, y'all need to slide that over here to us, man. Hey, it is what it is, but we should have got that. In fact, in a year, I can name like 10 of us that'll get that. You know what I'm saying? I can name 10 of us. Or if I want to be lenient, I'll name 20 of us. And we knocked that out just ourselves. And we in different chapters. You know what I'm saying? But that's, congratulations to Juice. I'm just talking shit. But we get down too. You know what I'm saying? And that was a good ass award that they gave them for that, because I didn't seen Juice. I didn't seen him get out there and start riding and ride and ride and ride. And then when I saw him go down on his bike, bro, that was like it seemed like the whole bike set was sad for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember
Because
that.
his energy and the love that people have for Next Level, man. Like talking about Next Level is like talking about Rare Breed Mother Chapter. You know what I'm saying? And it's like talking about Juice is like talking about Punchy or talking about me or talking about you or somebody that's out there, man. This dude, he's a cool brother, man, and he's always with the same energy. He don't walk around with his chest out or nothing like that. He's a good dude, man, and that was well deserved. Congratulations on that, Juice. If you see this video, but again, man, you need to slide that on over here, bro. But so what's up with you when you ride your bike, man? What do you do? Let me ask you some questions.
Oh man, listen, man. I'm north to the south right now. I haven't went out west. I done had the opportunity to do the 48 state ride. But to be honest with you, I personally hadn't been motivated to do it. Like it hasn't been like a goal or a purpose for me.
Oh, the
Um
48 state.
yeah, the 48 state. I do want to
So,
do I do want to
so
ride west though. I do want to make a trip west because I just want to do it for personal reasons, just
right.
because
So
I want to.
I'm gonna say this. You can either go to the Mother Chapter Rare Breed in June, or you can come to the Soul Brothers in April, or you can come to the East Bay Dragons. Now, the East Bay Dragon is a one club, right? But they should be popping like the Soul Brothers Arizona Rare Breed Mother Chapter, or you know, Kings of the South, or Next Level. That should be cracking like that.
No,
So
yeah,
you
no, I
have
seen the videos. I definitely seen the videos. Um, I ain't made up my mind yet, man. It's between the Soul Brothers and the Mother Chapter of Rare Breed. I do want to get out there. I do want to put it on my list to do. I didn't do the 48 states because I just, for me, I gotta have a purpose of wanting to do that more
yeah,
than
I understand.
just doing it. So I never really got off on wanting to do it just to say I did it. If I'm heading to somewhere and I just so happen to do it on my way to a destination, then that's cool. I just
Nice.
hadn't been motivated to say I'm just gonna do it just to do it. It hasn't been one of my goals.
Yeah, I understand that. Me personally, I think that everybody that has motorcycles, and I won't say, I think everybody that ride motorcycles should experience something like riding from one side of the country to the other side, or riding the 48 states, or doing the four corners, just to experience the different types of attractions, and eating in different places, and going into these different Harleys or different cities, or going to these different landmarks and understanding what these monuments mean, and all that kind of stuff. Like when I went to Mount Rushmore, that was just something I just dreamed of. And I ended up having to go to Sturgis by myself because they wouldn't let me into Canada. They gaffled me up and
Oh,
went through my bike and all
I
the
done been through
stuff.
that too, man. I still can't get over there in Canada.
Yeah, and they told Guilty he was good, but because he was with me, they searched him and they had me like I was on the first 48, asking me questions. And I'm like, man, I'm not doing nothing. And the dude said, we can deport you and impound your bike, and you're going to have problems getting your bike. I said, man, you know what? Y'all over here winning our trophies in hockey and basketball and all that stuff. And you want to do us like that. And you got an open border and your people riding over there, coming to our grocery stores and going back and doing this and doing that, and you tripping off me. I told you the truth. I got a passport, blah, 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 blah. And he was like I said, we can impound your bike and we can deport you. I said, you know what? Give me that motherfucking paper. So I signed the paper and
Yeah,
signed my rights away that I won't try to come there no more.
yeah.
But
Nah,
somebody
that
was
happened
telling
to
me they
me.
gonna help me get past that. And that stuff, man, they strict. If you got a jaywalking ticket, man, they gonna treat you like you killed 10 people.
Yeah, I gotta because I got I got blemishes on my record, man. So yeah, it's been a long time since I've been over there, man. I tried to do it within it was an 11-year gap, and they still wouldn't, let me over there,
Oh,
man.
and mine was since 1990, and they don't care, man. They do not care.
No,
You
not at
know what I'm
all.
saying? And then, back to speaking with the miles, you were saying you wasn't motivated to do it. I was motivated to do the 48 states by Highway Smiley.
He motivated
And
a lot of people. A lot of people was
yeah,
motivated by him.
I think it was 2016. We was the first group to do it as a group. It was me, Guilty, and Skylar, rest in peace. Skylar, rest in peace, was from Sin City Disciple, out here in Vegas. And he had cancer, and we didn't know. And we just know that he was a little different, like quiet and this and that. And he'd be a uppity, then he'd be down. And so we did the 48 states. That's when we ran into Jaja now. And we did the 48 states, and he was taking us to his different chapters. Shouts out to Jacksonville, Mississippi, Sin City Disciple. Boy, they took care of us. Man, they took care of us, bro. When I say took care of us, they took care of us, man. They took care of us. They took care of us, and thank you for that. But we've completed the 48 states. We was number 7, 8, and 9, and then when we got back, I guess Skylar took a turn for the worse, and he passed away, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then the next time I did it, I said, "Shit, I did it. It ain't nothing. I can say I did it again." So that's when I did it with Mr. Nate, and the Rare Breed Club, and then I did it with I did it like 4 times, man, and then I turned around and did the 4 corners 3 different times. This is gonna be my 4th different time, and I keep saying I'm not gonna do it no more, but because people want to go, and I want to, you know, guide people around to do it so they can experience this. That's the reason why I'm gonna do it again. But it's a beautiful thing when you first do it. The first time you like, damn, where am I at? The second time you like, cool. Then after that, you like, man, I don't want to do this no more. Especially when you go through places like Oregon,
Yeah.
man, that rain in Oregon and that wind is something different, bro. When you ride in those mountains, dude, man, I think I cried like 4 times in my helmet asking God not to let me die.
Wow.
On some real stuff. On some real stuff, man. And then when we got to Montana, it was me, Mr. Nate, Weezy, and all them. Bro, the sky was nice. Soon as we hit in them mountains, bro, I never was that cold in my life before to where your heated gear didn't make a difference.
Oh, I heard about that. They didn't tell me, man, about those experiences. I mean, some of the guys, next level, definitely didn't share with me about leaving out from, Michigan, Illinois, Chicago area, and going towards the Soul Brothers, how you go in 4 different seasons all in one ride.
Bro, and I know y'all get snow and it get cold, but bro, in Montana and in them other places, Idaho and all them places, they cold is a different type of cold, bro. It's a different type of cold. And I don't care if you from Flint, Michigan, Detroit, Michigan. I don't care if you've been in the snow up to your neck. When you experience these different places, colds is cold. And if you ever take the 10 and you go through the back of Arizona and go through 10 Palms, up going through Palm Springs in July, August, you're gonna feel a different type of heat too, bro. And that man, it's a different type. Your bike gonna start tripping, and you know something wrong. Man, it's different, bro. Like, yo, you gonna be like, man, what my bike sound like that? Man, that shit'll break your fall down so quick, man. It's like somebody hit you in the leg with something and broke you down to their size, man. It'll
Damn.
break you so quick. But I know you gotta go, bro, and we've been on here for a minute.
Yeah.
But I just want to say this before I leave. It's easy for us to point the fingers at one another and point out each other flaws. But what we should want to do is not point the finger at somebody's flaws, but point the finger and say, hey, if you try that right there, it might work. If we can point the finger meaning pointing in the right directions to uplift one another and to build one another, this community would be it is a beautiful community, but it would be so much better than what it is. Um, and a lot of people are putting their club business on social media. Stop doing that. Stop telling people what's going on in your club without telling them, because you put stuff on social media and all that type of stuff. And if you got an issue with your club, solve it with them and don't go running telling somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And before y'all be ready to fight each other, man, just talk it out, because sometimes, most of the times, it's just a simple misunderstanding. You
That's
know what
it.
I'm saying?
Most of the time, man.
And at,
Communication.
yep. And at the end of the day, bro, we got. No matter what you have on your back or your front, we all we got. And I'm gonna say this, bro, and this some real shit. I was riding from California, and I won't say the name. And I saw a 1%er broke down on the side of the road. And I only say that because they so caught up with this number thing and all that stuff. But he had a diamond on. He was 1%er. And I was telling K Solo, the dude had broke down. He was a
K
white boy.
Solo just chimed in too, man. Shout out to that guy. I be checking this
Yeah.
podcast out, man. He put some time in. He be putting some time in. I be watching the videos and the pictures as he's talking. His production is pretty nice, man. So saluting, shout
So,
out to him.
yeah, K Solo, that's my big bro right there, man. And I've been inspired by him, and he's like pretty much the main reason why I like riding all over the place, because I watched him and saw him do all kind of stuff, bro. And I was like, man, I want to do this, I want to do that. But again, to the dude, I saw him broke down. And I wouldn't know no, he white, he this, he and this, he and that. It didn't matter. I pulled over and said, "What's up, bro? You good?" He was like, "Man, my spark plugs is bad. I don't have this." So I gave him a spark plug. I took one of my spark plugs out and gave it to him. And we made it all the way back to the city. And that built a bond between me and this dude. And right now, today, he probably looking at the video, but he's one of them dudes that's low, low, low. He don't speak on different things and he don't come on the platform. But when we see each other, we cool, man. So I'm just saying that to say, at the end of the day, man, you'll be surprised at who come to your rescue. So be mindful of the things that you say to people and how you treat people. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, at the end of the day, Lavish, we all we got, bro. And I ain't always thought like this. You know what I'm saying? But now I think like this, and I'm glad I think like this. You know, life is too short. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta motivate each other. K Solo say, inspired to inspire, and that's what we have to do, man. We have to be inspired to inspire somebody else. And that's what it is. And you inspire me, bro, to go ahead and get my stuff together and put my shit together so I can do my podcasting and all
Oh
that
man,
stuff.
that's what
But
I'm talking about.
time, at the same time, I just enjoy being a guest. Damn, my dog scared the shit out of me. I get I'm cool with just being on other people's shows. You know what I'm saying? And I got him a seat where he ride on my bike with me.
Come on, man, not the Compton gangster, man. With that little bitty
Yeah.
dog. Where the pit bull at or the cane corso, man?
And I gave Fat Cat and my brother my Cane Corsos. I had 3 of them. And my pit bulls, I used to breed the blue ones. But you know what I'm saying? I ain't no gangster no more, man. I never was a gangster. I'm a motorcycle rider, bro.
This guy done
And
pulled
and,
out
and
a
I
little
like them
bitty
little big
dog.
dogs. Hey, Socks, come here, Socks. Come here, killer. Come on, killer.
This guy done pulled out
Wait.
a little bitty.
Hey, come
I
here, dude.
see you got the dog groomed up and everything.
Yeah. He ain't a killer. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. You looking?
I'm looking.
See how he respond to that? Look, he trying to he looking. He on deck. He on point. So you can say what you want to say, but hey, Lavish, he's a beast. He ain't a killer, but don't push him.
Oh man. Oh man, that's what the heck is up, man. Okay, listen, I got a comment from Black Dragon, man. Not Black Dragon Biker TV, but another Black Dragon. He said, "Can you explain what you say when you say four corners? That's the four
Uh,
corners of the map, but you can explain it to him."
yeah. So the four corners is San Ysidro, California, which is the bottom of California, like pretty much down there in Mexico. And then Blaine, Washington is right there to where you turn your head, you see Canada right there. All you got to do is go a few hundred yards and you in Canada. Madawaska, Maine, same thing. When you get up to the corner of Madawaska, Maine, and you literally just look around, you looking at Canada. You looking at Canada. And then mile marker zero, Key West, Florida, you down there by that buoy. So those are the four corners. And a lot of people keep saying, "Oh, I did the four corners. I did the four corners," but they talking about that monument on the ground that says if you stand here, you connected to all four of those states. But they have those monuments throughout the United States where the states connect and touch each other like that. But the four corners I'm talking about is about 9,530 miles round trip.
Yeah, yeah, y'all doing some big boy ride, man. I got the other Black Dragon. I got Black Dragon Biker TV, man. Chiming in, man. And
Yeah.
he's an animal lover as well, so I'm always giving him a hard time, man, about his dog. Y'all animal lovers. I'm not one of those
And
guys.
you know what? Speaking of animal lovers, so I did something different when I went down there this time to take the people to stuff because I was watching some stuff where people was looking for their dogs and they finding their dogs and stuff like that. So I bought like I think 8 or 10 big bags of dog food and cat food so they can open it up with a big Ziploc bag and scoop it in there and give it to the people that don't have dog food for their animals in this times of need. Because these animals, man, these animals, they love us unconditionally and love us the same way every day, all day. We can cuss them out and everything. And they love us the same way that the women should love us, regardless of our imperfections.
Oh, hey, listen. I want to let y'all have the animals. Oh, y'all keep the
Yeah.
dogs and the cats and the animals. Give me a fish or something, man. I should be fine. Iguana, and I'm cool.
Yeah,
you know.
but that's what the four corners is, bro. And like I said, if he's still listening, what you do is you go on your computer and you pull up the maps, and then you put it in as if you was doing a GPS. Put in San Ysidro, California, and then from there, say you traveling to Blaine, Washington. Then from there, say you traveling to Madawaska, Maine. And then from there, say you traveling to Key West, Florida. And you'll see the route. And that's pretty much how I go right there. So that's the four corners, bro. Not that thing in Arizona. That's four corners, but it's not the the big four corners. Let me say it like that.
Okay. We
'Cause I
got
was
Black
gonna say
Dragon. We got Black Dragon. Black Dragon Biker TV. Black Dragon, the national president. Um, he said he's going to send some dog food donations too, man. So, one more time, because I think he just got on not long ago. Put that information out there for the donations.
okay, so the donations, you can donate through Zelle, and the area code is 702 205 2382 702 205 2382. You can send a Zelle to that, and then the Cash App is her name is Leslie Adams on the Cash App when you pull it up, but the Cash App is $ LESLEY 02344. That's $$ LESLEY 02-344. And the name would be Leslie Adams when you pull it up. And again, for that phone number is 702-205-2382 if you would like to Zelle. A lot of people tend to forget about these animals. And we pay a lot of money for these dogs. You know what I'm saying? At least I do. You know what I'm saying? And on top of buying them, you keep them groomed, you do this, you do that. And then a lot of times, man, like I remember before I got married, man, I used to be at home by myself, me, my pit bull, and my little miniature schnauzer. And that's what kept me going. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have nobody in there with me. So these animals are good support animals, and they like I said, they love you unconditionally, man. And you know, it is what it is. Those animals, you know, if you sick and your body is hurting, they know it. They'll come to you. If you have cancer in your body somewhere, if your dog come to you and start licking you a certain place on your leg and all that shit, go get it checked out. Y'all might think I'm crazy, but I'm telling you the truth.
Man, I'm not
Go.
having the dog lick on me.
No, I'm saying if you have a dog and he come over there, your dog snipping your leg and he pawing at a certain area, bro, you know, get it checked out. Because if you Google it, bro, a lot of times those dogs smell stuff, sense stuff, and they'll let you know that there's something wrong with you before it's too late.
All right. Hey.
Hey,
That's
bro.
hey man, listen, I'm not hey, y'all animal people, man. I keep saying that because listen, I laugh and I joke with y'all, man, about the animal stuff, man. 'Cause I grew up, listen, you had a dog, something went wrong, you took him for a long walk and came back home. Hey, and you ain't think nothing else about it. You can't even chain a dog up anymore. That's animal cruelty.
Right.
I mean, goodness gracious. But if you just chimed in and you wanted to know what those donations for, Gorilla Blue has been going back from Vegas to California since those fires, those wildfires, and he's been donating and helping and assisting with the people that need help. So if you're wondering what the donations were for, it's to help the people, man, that lost pretty much everything they had due to those fires that's there. So he's been doing that. He's been doing other stuff along the way, not just this, taking water to Flint from the West Coast all the way up to Flint, Michigan. Over the years, he's been doing some great things. Y'all can go back and rewatch the podcast, man, to find out, you know, more about it. And what he said and what he done, so we don't have to repeat ourselves. But I want to go ahead and you know, end this podcast, man. I appreciate everybody that's been watching. We've been
Thank
on here 2 hours. Goodness gracious. It's been a part 1 and a part 2, man. But I appreciate everybody that took the time out to watch it. That's in the comments, that's checking me out. Y'all make sure to like this video. Go ahead and hit the like. It's free. Share it. Tell a friend. Let them know, you know, Gorilla Blues people out there that's watching, man. Y'all make sure y'all share so that his message can be heard and delivered, so that y'all can see and hear the things that he's doing out here, man. Again, thanks for tuning in. You can find me on all social media platforms. My handle is at Lavish T Williams. Lavish T Williams on all of the platforms: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Did I say Instagram? I think I said that. TikTok, I don't know. It's not really working right
you. It's
now,
back
but
up.
it's
It's
back
back
up.
up.
Okay, so we back on it. TikTok as well, man. So, you know, a lot of videos is there. I got a video drop. Here you go with that dog. I got a video dropping in the morning at 9 o'clock on YouTube. It's about right up under 5 minutes. And it's a Thunder Guard. And he's talking at the proc. I posted that video up because he spoke on communication and how 99% of the problems come from communication. So I want y'all to go check that out tomorrow. The video drops at 9 o'clock. I will be posting the reel shortly after that. So go ahead and drop something in the comments on that. And I want to go ahead and end this because, you know, I got stuff to do and you got stuff to do, like get ready for work tomorrow if your job
Yeah,
isn't
man.
giving you the holiday off for the MLK Service Day, man. So, Gorilla Blue, I appreciate you, man. I
Much
appreciate you.
love, bro.
Yes, sir. Y'all go check out his Facebook page, man. And you can follow his stuff. He's in the group as well. Let him know the group.
The Black Motorcycle Set page, the Black Motorcycle Set page, man. Uh, you're welcome to come, but try to stay positive in a group. Stay positive on the group. You know what I'm saying? And let's do our thing, man. And Lavish, if they go on there, they'll see that I went out to California. They'll see the videos and they'll see the things that I've been doing as far as trying to help those people and donating clothes and stuff like that. But now they want toiletries and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
thank you guys, everybody that donated, the people that's gonna donate. And also too, again, please understand that the next time I go out there again, I am gonna buy dog food and cat food again, because people have their animals and those animals need to eat too. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and my Facebook page is Perry Hodge Roland Jr. I mean, no, scratch that. Roland P. Hodge Jr.
Yeah,
I'm on my
got
bike.
it pulled up right here, man. Here goes Facebook page right there. Y'all check it out.
And if you want to just go on the Black Motorcycle Set page, go on the Black Motorcycle Set page. Let me know. Just hit me on my inbox and say, hey, my name is such and such. I sent this, because me personally, I don't let any and everybody come in a group. If I look on your page and I don't see certain things, I'll just leave you on there and let somebody else approve you or whatever. And sometimes I decline, so. Because some of y'all pages be looking like hacker. You got 1 or 2 pictures and it's of some Mickey Mouse type shit. Now you ain't getting in our group. If we can't see what you look like, you ain't coming in the group.
No, man, I got you, man. We out here, man. Appreciate y'all. We are out. Enjoy your night. It's night here. It's still evening. It's still evening over on the West Coast, man.
Nah, bro. Real quick, I want to show something with you.
All right.
It's dark out here. So I just want to play this right quick. This what we play at the end of everybody club thing. It's time to go. Much love and respect, bros.
All right, now, man. Appreciate you, man. We out of here, man. And tune in tomorrow, man. Tomorrow at 10 o'clock, I'll be on YouTube with Black Dragon on Black Dragon Biker TV on YouTube. And then tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, I will be having some females from Cincinnati, from the All Stars. They got a party coming up February 1st, so I will be having them on the show tomorrow. So I'll check y'all out tomorrow, man. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Hit that like button. It's free. It don't cost nothing.